When I was in my second year of college, I decided I was going to get in shape, so I did what every fitness blogger online seemed to be saying at the time. I started skipping breakfast. I told myself I wasn't hungry anyway, that it would help me cut calories and get lean faster. And for the first few days, it actually felt kind of powerful. I'd walk past the kitchen like, no thanks, I'm disciplined. But then, things started happening. I began to feel off. Not just a little tired, but slow, foggy, kind of emotionally fragile. By 11 a.m., I was basically glued to the clock waiting for lunch. And by the end of the month, my body was telling a different story than the one I wanted to hear. So, what actually happens when you skip breakfast every day for a month? Let's break it down. The fake benefits phase. Here's what's tricky. When you first start skipping breakfast, your body rewards you. At least, it feels like that. Your blood sugar stays relatively stable thanks to glycogen stores. Basically, the energy your liver has saved up from past meals. Your stomach isn't growling yet. You feel lighter, maybe even more focused. You're riding on stored fuel. And psychologically, there's something satisfying about feeling empty in the morning. It makes you feel in control. Plus, you're technically eating less, so the math seems to check out. But here's what you don't see happening under the surface: the cortisol effect. Skipping breakfast spikes your cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol naturally rises in the morning to help wake you up. That's normal. But when you don't eat, your body sees that as a mild stress signal and keeps cortisol elevated longer. That might sound harmless, but chronic high cortisol is a slow wrecking ball. It contributes to fat storage, especially around your belly, irritability, poor memory and focus, and in some cases, muscle breakdown. So that wired, edgy feeling you get when you skip breakfast? That's cortisol running the show, not some discipline high. Your blood sugar starts to crash. Here's when the illusion starts to fall apart. Let's say you skip breakfast and finally eat around 12 or 1 p.m. By then, your blood sugar is on a roller coaster, and the first meal you eat, your body overreacts. Insulin spikes, sugar rushes in, and shortly after, you crash. You get shaky or moody. Or you find yourself craving sugar, even if you ate a big lunch. Why? Because you started the day in a deficit. Your body has been running on fumes, and now it's panicking. This leads to the late afternoon snack attack, the 3 p.m. muffin, the vending machine moment. And now, you've replaced your calm, balanced breakfast with a desperate sugar bomb you didn't even want. Hunger hormone go haywire. Skip breakfast for a few weeks and two powerful hormones start acting up. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, becomes less predictable, and leptin, the I'm full hormone, stops working as well. This means you might not feel hungry in the morning anymore, but not because you're balanced. It's because your system's confused. You've trained your body to ignore hunger early on and overcompensate later. This often leads to binge eating at night or feeling out of control around food, even if you've been good all day. And if you're trying to lose weight, this is where it gets frustrating. You're eating less, but not feeling better, and the scale isn't moving the way it should. Skipping breakfast every day also affects your muscle tissue, especially if you're not eating enough protein later. In a fasted state, your body may start breaking down muscle for energy. Muscle is metabolically active, meaning it burns calories even at rest. So, losing muscle equals slowing metabolism. The irony? You might be eating less, but your body is burning less too. That's why many people who skip breakfast long-term end up with less energy, less strength, and more stubborn fat, especially around the midsection. Let's talk about your brain. Breakfast helps stabilize neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the ones that regulate mood, focus, and impulse control. When you skip it, you might feel more anxious, less focused, more reactive or emotionally sensitive, and less able to regulate cravings or stress. You know that feeling when something small, like someone chewing too loudly, suddenly ruins your day? Yeah, that might be your brain crying out for nourishment. It's not all bad if you do it right. Here's where the nuance comes in. Skipping breakfast can work for some people, like those practicing intermittent fasting with intention. But there's a difference between strategic fasting and skipping breakfast because you're too busy or trying to be good. The difference is eating high-protein, high-fiber meals later in the day, managing stress, sleeping well, staying hydrated, and making sure your total nutrition supports your energy needs. If you skip breakfast but binge later, undereat protein, or ignore what your body's asking for, the damage adds up fast. The bottom line. So, when you skip breakfast for a month, you might feel in control for a while, but under the surface, your hormones are off, your energy crashes, your cravings spike, your muscle may decline, and your metabolism could slow down. You don't need a giant breakfast, but you do need to start your day with intention. Something with protein, something grounding. Even if it's just a Greek yogurt, a smoothie, or a boiled egg with toast. Your body isn't a machine, it's a conversation. And breakfast? That's how you start talking. If this opened your eyes, give this video a like. It helps more than you can imagine. Hit subscribe and comment below if you're pro or no breakfast. And hey, maybe eat something first thing tomorrow. Your body will thank you.